guys, it is Lee Porter VSG checking in with you for my week 27 post VSG op update. I have not checked in 3 weeks. I'm really sorry, you guys. I'll talk you through the history and give you the updates, but let me just start kind of with stats. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery with Dr. Ben Meir in Willoughby, Ohio on March 27, 2018. My height is 5'9". My highest weight was 330 pounds. My weight the day of surgery was 318 pounds. The last time I checked in with you was September 11th. I believe that was week 24. And my weight that day was 238.5. I had lost 3.3 pounds from the week prior, and I was feeling really good about that. If you'll remember, I was really focused on a goal of losing a total of 100 pounds by September 28th for my check-in with the surgeon last week, 6 months post-op. So I'll give you an update on all that stuff. So on 9/18, the reason I didn't check in that week, I can't believe I forgot to mention it in my last video, but I had a off-site team meeting, like a planning meeting, from Monday the 17th to Wednesday the 19th. So that took me, I don't know, completely out of my element. I was really busy with that and just in a different place, couldn't even weigh in and things like that. So of course I didn't get to it that week, September 18th. I have listed here my weight on September 18th was 236.8, a loss of 1.7 from the week prior. But I'll be honest, that weight came from Monday morning, September 17th, because I didn't weigh myself on the 18th. So, but that's my best guesstimate for what that weight could have been. Then on 9/25, last week on Tuesday, that would have been, I believe we're sitting at week 27 now. So last week would have been week 26, September 25th. I weighed in at 234.6, and that was a 2.2 pound loss from the week prior. And then so last Friday, I had my 6-week check-in with Dr. Ben Meir. 6-month check-in. And what's funny is that morning I weighed myself on my scale, and I was at 233.7, which was like almost a pound down from where I was at on Tuesday. But when I weighed in at the doctor's office, they actually weighed me in at 232. And I don't know if you remember me talking about like scale calibration issues. I got a new scale at some point, and then my old scale stopped working. So my new scale is always like a pound higher than my old scale. I don't really weigh myself on my old scale anymore. I do use my new scale for the most part, but I think I would have been closer to the doctor's range had I been using my other scale. So who knows which weight is right, but I do use my new scale. So on Friday, Dr. Ben Meir said it was 232. My scale said 233.7. I don't know. Basically, I'm within a 97 to 98 pound loss for 6 months out. The doctor said that at this point, post-op, most people lose about 50% of the weight they're going to lose, or that's like the expected target and the average target. And I have lost about 60 to 61%. So as much as I always feel like this goes like painfully slow, I am ahead of the game as far as what my doctor's expectations are of my progress. So, I certainly feel good about that. Today is October 2nd, 2018. It is week 27. I weighed in at 232.6 on my scale at home, right? And so that looks like a 2 pound loss since last week. Again, last week, September 25th was 234.6. So this week, 232.6 is a 2.0 or just 2 pound loss. So, every week for the last 4 weeks, I've had pretty good losses, about 2-ish pounds every week, 5.9 pounds total since the last time I checked in with you. So, it's definitely progress. My weight is moving. I want to say it's slowed down just a tad. But, I think there's reasons for that. I have noticed over the last couple weeks that my calories are creeping up. So, I aim for about the 1,200 mark every day. It seems like if I eat less than 1,200, my weight loss is actually seemingly slower. If I get about 1,200 calories in, I feel like that gives me really good weight loss every week. But I've noticed like maybe, okay, so over the last 3 weeks, probably at least 2 days of every week, my calories are creeping up to 1,500, even like 1,600 some days. Now, a couple of those days were like when I was off site with my team and planning, I drank wine, and anytime you add alcohol into the mix, which I rarely do, you guys. Maybe I've done it once a month. But if I factor in the calories for that, 2 glasses of wine is like 250 calories, So that in addition to the food that I eat, it puts me up there. And I realize, like, in the grand scheme of things, 1,600 calories isn't a big deal. And I think you can do that 2-3 days a month. And it's fine. But I feel like over the last 3 weeks, I've probably done that 6 days. And it's just too often. I just am climbing. Like, I just feel like my calories are trending higher. So I'm really kind of trying to scale myself back now. I think I've just been, I don't know, something about the back to school season, and then like fall planning, and then all the things that like go on. Like, I love this season. I love the flavors of the season. I love everything to do with it. My family always has plans. I think being out and about like lends itself to not eating as healthy as you might. And so I really need to, things are starting to, October's still kind of a busy month for me, but things are starting to wind down. And I really need to I think I'm gonna I don't know about a liquid diet at this point, but I kind of feel like I need to scale back my calories somehow, maybe get back to under 1,000 a day for a while, a week or two, kind of to see if that improves my speed of loss any better, just to see if I can do, any better. But somehow I need to reel it in. I'm at the 6-month mark. I notice my calories and stuff are trending higher, and I get nervous that, I'm losing my, I don't know, not really my motivation, because it does seem like every day I'm making the good choices. I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do, and I definitely am working out hard as often as possible. I probably get 45-minute workouts in at least 5 days a week, and then half-hour workouts in the 2 days that I'm not doing 45 minutes. So, every day I'm still exercising. I also feel like I've been really active otherwise, just running around, doing the errands, doing the chore. I'll look for excuses to walk further. I'll park far away. I've been doing all of those kind of things to increase my activity as well. And so, it's not like, my calories are creeping up, but so is my activity, so I don't know, it's not necessarily the calories that I eat in a day that I'm watching. I have an eye on that, but I'm really closely focused on my deficit of calories every day. So every day I look at whatever I have this Misfit tracker, whatever my calories for the day burned are on my Misfit tracker at the end of the day, versus how many calories I consumed. And on average, I am still saving about 1,700 calories a day, or in a deficit of 1,700 calories a day. The simple math tells me I should be losing more than 3 pounds a week, but ever since I started this process, I haven't had that sort of luck. It does seem like my body doesn't burn as much, even as my tracker says that I do, but I don't think it's that far off. So it seems like I've been losing in the 2.5 range. So I don't know where the calculations are off, or maybe my metabolism in general is just a little bit slower. But I do think that I really need to stick harder to this 1,200 calorie limit every day. So anyway, sorry I threw a bunch of crazy numbers at you. I didn't update you guys at week, what was that? So if this is that was week 25. I didn't update you guys at week 25 because of the whole offsite planning meeting. Last week, I like to do these videos on my way out of work, and last week was crazy on Tuesday, and I didn't even think about it. And then I did think about it on Wednesday, and I thought, well, I'm off Succession, and I've got that appointment Friday, so maybe I'll do an update Friday. And then Friday I forgot, and so I'm sorry. Here we are 3 weeks later. Just happens like this. So that's what I've been doing over the last 3 weeks. I have kind of developed this, I don't know, this way to visualize this process a little bit. I've been thinking about it like this. I am on this path, starting this at 330 pounds. My goal is to get to 160. I picture this like this road, like, I'm halfway down the path. I'm on my way to 160. I know the path is going to get windier, towards, I hope I have another 2-3 months of great 10-pound losses every month. That would be fantastic. But I do know that once I hit the 200s, or just kind of later in this process, it's going to slow down a little bit. So I want to, definitely be prepared and planful for that, and kind of like have different things to throw in there. I talked about the liquid diet earlier. I always think to myself, because I hear these stories about people who get 9-10 months out and they hit this big stall and they stop losing. And I think to myself, like, if that happens to me, I am going to go back to the liquid diet again for a week or two to kind of reset and see if I can take off anymore. I'm going to try to throw some really different things at the process to make sure I can continue all of my progress. But I don't know, I think when I originally started this process, I felt like they were going to fix my eating problems and hunger problems with the surgery, and then I would lose all this weight, and it would be kind of an easy road to do it, easier than what I had been doing in the past. And through everything I've been through up till now and watching other people's stories, what I realize is at the end of the road, when I hit that 160 pounds, it's not like I'm going to get in my car and drive home and sit on my couch. Like, I realize at the end of this road that I'm on right now is a mountain that I'm going to have to scale and climb of maintenance. And so I'm really trying to visualize this process in the right way and set the right goals for myself so that I don't just take myself mentally out of the game before I've achieved what I've set out to achieve, if that makes sense. So anyway, I don't know, for 6 months I just felt like it was just a good idea to kind of share the update, share how I've been thinking about this, and kind of the revelations I've come to in my mind. Everything went well at my surgeon's office. I already said that, I'm ahead of the weight loss game. They also checked my blood work, and unbelievably, which is so uncommon here in Ohio, the doctor said that I'm getting too much vitamin D, and it was high, so I should stop taking that. And then I realized kind of what happened. I was taking, they gave me a list of all these vitamins that I was supposed to take, and I ordered, went on Amazon and ordered everything, and I was taking them as instructed. Well, then 2 or 3 months out, I guess my test for vitamin D, it came in at 92 this time. Last time it was 42. And the normal range is between 30 and 80 or 30 to 100. I'm definitely on the high end at 92. And he was like, I'm trying to figure out what changed between last time and this time. And then I realized that when I went to reorder the vitamins that they suggested I take, they discontinued the ones that I was taking, so I got a different kind. And I remember seeing that the units were 3,000 on the new kind I was taking versus the 800 that I was taking before. So I remember at the time thinking, if 800 is good, then 3,000 is great. I'll get a lot of vitamin D. And clearly that's not the case. I guess you can have some sort of toxicity to vitamin D if you take too much. And so I didn't know that. And so now I'm, decreasing that volume. But it's so funny to be high in vitamin D because I think everybody around my area, we don't see the sun as much in Cleveland as most places do. And so a lot of people are low on vitamin D. So it's just weird that, even after this process, I would, be on the high end. But I understand what happened to generate that, and I'm definitely taking steps to reduce that so I don't get into a toxicity situation. So you guys, that's it, and I've been rambling. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope everybody else is doing good and having a great week, and I will check in with you, maybe not this coming week, week 28, maybe so, I don't know, but worst case, if I don't come back next week, I will catch up with you guys in another 2 weeks. All right, thanks, have a great day.